Hello, hello, I am back. I was gonna film yesterday, however, I had a really stressful, rough day yesterday, so I took a break from crafting because I was just exhausted. So, yay, today I can finally craft again. So, I want to show you guys how I'm making these things, and I call them ephemera pouches. I guess you can call them pockets too, and they're like these accordion, so they have this closure and they have like this little accordion thing on the side, and you can put stamps or ephemera or whatever you have in there and put this in your junk journal in a pocket, or you can put little goodies in there and mail this to your pen pal. I know some of you have pen pals, and send them some happy mail. You can obviously also embellish the other side. So that's what we're going to do today. And these are also really easy to mass make, in case you're interested in mass making things. So what you need is either scrapbook paper or any paper that's thick, well, thicker than regular copy paper. I actually used the Tim Holtz Worn Wallpaper Scraps collection because I love it. It has all these lovely wallpapers, and I found this, I think, either at Joann Fabric or at Hobby Lobby, and I always buy those things when they are like on sale. Joann Fabric many times has 40% off sales, I think, and Hobby Lobby sometimes has 50% off sales, and then I buy stuff. Okay, so I use that wallpaper. You can obviously use any wallpaper that's pretty thick. Scrapbook paper, maybe book pages, but I feel like they might be too fragile. They could tear easily, unless you have like a thick book page. It's really pretty. So, what I did, let's see, what colors do I want to use? Didn't I just pick? No, I didn't pick colors. So these are actually 5 by 8 inches. So I just went with that size. You can obviously make those pockets any size you want. I just thought these are really cute, and you can actually stick them like in a pocket in the back of a journal to keep all your little ephemera pieces. So I just went with the size that these come in. So let's see. I guess I can use this too for the side. So what I do, I use a different paper for the little accordion than I use for this. So I'm just trying to, because I want to use this one up. So let's just try to match this with a different paper. Oh, I like this one. That's pretty. Or this one. Or this one. Oh my gosh. Too many good choices. Oh, I like this. It's cute. Okay. And so what you need is obviously paper. Why do I keep saying obviously? I don't know. I always have like a word of the day. Paper. The piece that we're folding into the pouch. And then a piece where you can cut off the accordion piece. And also the circles for the closure, and these are 1-inch circles, and I'm using my 1-inch circle punch. And I try to link as many of these things on to Amazon, just in case you don't have any of them. And if you have Amazon Prime, obviously, oh gosh, I said obviously again, you get free shipping. I shop on Amazon all the time because even though now it's not really 2-day shipping anymore, it takes a week for everything, no matter what I order. But at least it's still free shipping, and I'm an Amazon person. Okay, paper, hole punch, round 1-inch circle. And then I use these little brats. These are actually Paper Studio. These are really tiny. These are from Hobby Lobby. It's the Hobby Lobby brand. I hardly ever use these, so that's why I ducked them out. I'm like, I gotta use those because they're tiny ones. And I thought these look really nice. So these come in like a gold, a bronze, or copper, a dark. And it comes with 200 pieces. Wow. And then I also have these. I've had these for a long time. These have like they look like rhinestones. Really pretty, but these are a little too big for this, so I didn't use those. I think these are really good, little tiny ones, because their little feet are really thin, and then when you bend them, you don't have like bulk in here, so that's why I use those. Okay, and then what else? String for the closure. I cannot find the bag with my thread, like floss, embroidery floss. I don't know what happened to it. I cannot find it. So, but I had this in my drawer, so, and the pink worked well with these. So, and you can, I almost said obviously again, you can trim this a little shorter so it doesn't like have this super long tail. Or I can even put a charm on it. Okay, so let's make one of those. What I did, and the first one was this one. I didn't measure this one, and this one I measured, and it turns out they actually happen to be the exact same height. So, if you want to make the same size, like I said, 5 inches wide by 8 inches tall, and so I folded this up. This whole thing is 3 inches tall by 5 inches wide, and in a folded format. So I will just fold up 3 inches, and if you have a craft mat like this, that helps because you can measure. It doesn't have to be exactly 3 inches. I just like that measurement. And then you also have to make sure, well, it doesn't really matter which way is up. Fold this, and then we fold the top down. And I usually don't fold it exactly where this edge is. I fold it a little higher, just so it doesn't like get weird, like when you fold it. So just whatever works for you. Okay, so now we have the pocket, and what I do, I also punch this out just as an extra help to get your finger in there. So you want to do this before you assemble the whole thing. Oops. And then I also distressed all the edges and everything, so you can do that if you're like me and you like everything distressed. Okay. And then I also round these two corners from the top, like from the flap. And I use my corner punch. Okay, and then we also need to cut these pieces, and we need to cut these guys. So whatever this size is, not the whole size, but the size of the bottom flap, this is the size you want to cut the accordion. Because if you cut it too tall, like if you cut it this size or this height, it will stick out up here. I didn't think of that when I made this. So this time I used this size, this height, which is 3 inches. So let's get my trimmer. And you can also make the accordion as big or small as you want. You can have multiple, like more folds, but I like this, this size. So I need a 3-inch by 2-inch piece for that. Or actually I need 2 pieces because we have a left and a right side. So let's just cut 2, how tall are you? Let's cut 3 inches. And then we cut 2 pieces of 2 inches. 1 and 2. Chips. Okay, so these will be our accordions. They look almost exactly the same. And then if you have leftovers and you want to make the closure circles match, you can use the same paper or you can use other paper. Some people back these with another piece of cardstock to make it more like sturdy. I haven't done that. You can. It's up to you. If you want to glue 2 circles on each other, on top of each. Actually, let's do that this time. So I'm just gonna use this. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna use this. Oh, that might be a little too thick. I'm gonna use an index card, just as a come on, to make it a little thicker. So I'm just gonna punch 2. Where am I? Oh, I already did. I didn't punch the circles, did I? Okay, so we have these, and then you just glue these together. So yeah, it's a little more sturdy. I'm gonna use my glue stick. And if you want to get really creative with these closures, you should check out Joshua's channel. I think he's fairly new to making junk journals and stuff, but I love his videos. He cracks me up. And it's so refreshing to watch a guy make junk journals or film junk journal or crafty videos, because most people or most junk journal people or makers are female. So I can link his channel. Actually, I'm going to link it up here. I'm going to link the video where he makes these, because he makes like closures like with 3 of those. And he said he's going to have to try 4. So yeah. I guess I never thought of making more than 2. If you want to make it really difficult for someone to open something, just put a ton of those, and then you just like, yeah, put that that thread around all of them. Alrighty. So, and then since I already got it in my hand, oh, I already distressed the other one. Ugh. Didn't even realize I was doing it. That's how much I enjoy it. I don't even realize that I'm doing it. Okay, so let's do the distressing first before we do anything else. Yeah, so I hope you all are having a good week. Yesterday, so in the morning I always drop off my daughter at daycare, and my husband picks her up after he's done working. And so I come home and I work. I usually start work before I drop her off, and then I drop her off, and then I come back home and I continue my work. At like 8:30 I get a phone call. Usually I don't answer my phone when I don't know the number, but it was from the town where the daycare is. I'm like, I should answer the phone. Well, sure enough, it was her daycare teacher saying, well, she had a little accident. She got pushed from behind, like knocked over, and she fell on her teeth, and lots of blood, and they are worried about her teeth being loose. I'm like, oh my gosh, no. Oh my gosh, being a mom is so stressful emotionally. Oh, I was so worried about her. I'm like, okay, I'll come pick her up and take her to the doctor, because you never know with teeth. She has such nice teeth. I don't want them like to be messed up. So I emailed my boss saying, I might have to take the rest of the day off. Bloody teeth, whatever. So I dropped everything, tried to semi-dog proof the house real quick so the dog wouldn't, because I couldn't I couldn't take him with me. So I always have to put like a trash can away, because I don't want to crate him anymore, because I haven't crated him since I started working from home, and that was like 14 months ago. So anyway, rush to daycare, pick her up, bleeding had stopped, but we went to her pediatrician's office, doctor's office, and they have a walk-in, like you could also like walk-in provider as well. But this time they only had one person working, and there was a long wait. So we were waiting forever and waiting and waiting. And then we were finally, it was our turn, and my daughter hates going to the doctor. I think she's like traumatized. Okay, so now I'm going to poke the holes for these guys. I think she's like traumatized because when she gets her shots, she gets them in the thighs and it's really painful. And last time she got 4 and it was like, oh, I always feel so bad for her. And then, so the nurse just came in to just like talk to us about what happened. And as soon as the lady walked in, my daughter would scream and cry and not let her even look at her. Like, it, yeah, it's awful. I hate going to the doctor. So I'm just going to poke the hole through the circle and the pouch. And then I'm just going to pick some random little brat and stick it through and fold it open. Okay, and then I'm just going to squish it down with my bone folder so it's all flat. Looks like the clock, the hands of a clock. Okay, and then for the one down here, you don't want to poke it through here because otherwise you're going to poke through the back. So I just hold it up to see where I want it. And then I hold it and open the whole thing. And then I'm going to poke. Like so. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Anyway, so the nurse couldn't really do anything. And then we had to wait and wait. Oh, my gosh. We spent almost 3 hours at the doctor's office. And then the doctor came in and she was talking to me and I could not hear her because my daughter was screaming. I was holding her and she was like, nah. So I said, can you please yell at me so I can hear you? Well, she wasn't sure if she could help us because it's teeth. And I wasn't sure if my daughter doesn't have a dentist yet. I'm like, well, should we go to a dentist? She's like, how about, because they also have a dentist in their health center. So she said, how about she's going to check out the teeth and then she's going to call the dentist and consult with them. And then they can always say, okay, send her over. And she wasn't even sure if they would take her because of her age, but she said, yeah, they're taking her. Or the dentist then told her. Poor kid. Poor mom. I almost cried too. I hate seeing my kid like that. She was so stressed out and screaming and crying, and she just was holding on to me so tight and was scared. And I tried to distract her and calm her down, and I was just holding her. At some point, she actually fell asleep in my arm. Just for a little bit because she was tired from all of the screaming. So, and then because she would not let anyone look at her, the doctor brought 2 nurses in. So one held down her arms over her head so she couldn't turn her head. The other one held down her legs. I touched her to comfort her and had to hold the light for the doctor. And the doctor tried to like open her mouth with the tongue depressor and look at her teeth. Oh my goodness. I feel so bad. Going to the doctor is so stressful. I just feel so bad for my kid. I don't want her to have to deal with any of that. I would take it. I would do it for her if I could. So anyway, where's the end? We don't even need this right now. We have to do this first. Yeah, so she said it looked like one of her teeth was pushed back into the gums a little bit, but it wasn't really loose, like not wiggly. So, and the blood was coming from under the teeth. Sorry if it's TMI. I'm sorry if you don't like that. Talking about blood. Oops, sirens. Anyway, so then she went to call the doctor and we had to wait again forever. And then she came back and she said, at the dentist, she said, we don't have to go to the dentist now. She said, just monitor her gums and teeth. If any, anything changes, if she gets like a pimple or like a blister thing on her gums, or if the tooth changes colors, or if the gums change colors, I'm like, oh my gosh. Because I just want to make sure that she didn't damage the tooth. But she said, go home and just keep an eye on it. Well, in the evening, it wasn't swollen anymore. And this morning she was fine. She also, at daycare, ate her bagel, but then the daycare lady said, I think one of the teeth is yellow. I'm like, well, last night I didn't brush her teeth because obviously she was, oh my gosh, obviously, she was having a rough day yesterday and she also hates brushing her teeth. Everything that has to do with teeth. So I didn't want to bother her with that. So, but then when she got home, I brushed her teeth and it's fine. I guess it was just something from what she ate. I don't know. Okay, so here's my 2" by 3" piece. And I just score it at every 1/2 inch. So at 1 inch, 1.5, and then at 1/2 inch. And then I do the same thing with the other one. Yeah, so... Oh yeah, and then yesterday morning, the day started out with me getting her out of bed, taking her pajama shirt off, and finding a tick that was attached to her under her arm. I'm like, where the heck did this tick come from? We always check her for ticks. And there was nothing. Like, she wasn't even outside. Like, I have no idea. But the good thing is, the tick was still flat. So it had not been on her for a long time. So I got my little tick remover tool and took it off and squished it and flushed it down the toilet. Those ducks cannot come soon enough. We need tick eaters. Oh my goodness. So now I'm paranoid. I'm always checking her for ticks before she goes to bed and in the morning. And then my friend, actually, I was talking to my friend about it, and she said not all ticks carry Lyme disease, and it's true. Only the deer ticks carry Lyme disease, and the ticks that we have tons of ticks lately. They're the dog ticks. They're the bigger ones, and they do not carry Lyme disease. So at least one little relief, but still, can't wait for my ducks to arrive and eat ticks. Oh my word. It's ridiculous. My dog carries them around, they fall off. My dog has medication that when they bite him, they die, but apparently they haven't bitten him because they didn't die. So, yeah. I have never had issues with ticks when I lived in Europe. I know, I mean, we have ticks, had ticks there, but in my life, I had like two, I saw 2 ticks, one on me and then one that I picked up when I was a kid because I was like, ooh, what's that? And I showed it to my mom. It was from our friend's dog that fell off, like the tick fell off. Anyway, sorry, I know it's really gross. Ugh. Yeah, anyway, so it was a really interesting and stressful day yesterday, and I was like, I can't do anything. I just want to lay down and watch something. So I watched YouTube videos and just went to bed. Because... oh. So now I just hope that her teeth will be fine and everything will just heal. And not... so nothing will happen. Okay, so what do you want to do with these? I fold them so we have 1, 2, 3 folds, little accordion or zigzag fold, and you want the nice side to be on the inside. So we put glue on the white side. And I also distressed the folds just to make it look nicer. And then when you glue it, oops, see, I folded this one wrong. We're gonna first glue both pieces on the back side, and then we glue both pieces, and then we glue the front, like the flap, onto those, because if you do one, then it might be difficult to glue the other one in there. So we got this. Okay, so, and you want to make sure that the opening, like the pretty side, is on the outside, so you can actually see the pretty accordion. Ugh. And your hands can get a little gluey doing this, because gluing the flap onto those things can be a little tricky. But I guess the more often you do this, if you mass make them, the better you get. Okay, so, and I'll just line them up on down here. And try to line the edges up. And just let it dry. Whew. I am so glad that my coffee dyeing video was so popular amongst you guys. So yay! Yeah, it was so much fun. Or it is fun to coffee dye outside when it's nice and warm. Usually I have to do it on the weekends because during the week I work. So I don't have time during the day. And then in the evening the sun's gone. Alrighty. And then I got a good tip for printing on fabric. One of my viewers said I should iron it on freezer paper, the fabric, and then put that through. Oh gosh, it scared me. Just found like a piece that fell off some old paper book thingy, and I thought it was a bug. Yeah, so I will definitely try that and then update you guys if that works for me. Because I want to print on fabric. Okay, so this is a little crooked. Ugh. So this will... Wow. And I didn't cut those short enough, apparently. What are you doing? Ugh. You can always trim it later. But yeah, so if this happens, you can always cut this off later once you glue everything on there. That's what I had to do with the other one as well. And we're not perfect, or at least I'm not perfect. Okay, so what do you want to do? Put some glue on here. Doopy doopy doop. Glue, glue, glue. And glue on the other side. Glue, 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 glue. Okay. Whoop, blah. Now, this gets tricky because you want to put this down here, but also line the edges up. So you're gonna like squeeze your finger in there and line those up. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can always cut off stuff and then distress over the white edge if there's like something sticking out. And now we also have it up here, but I could trim this, but I don't really care right now. And I'm gonna have to sneeze. Oh, or maybe not. Okay. And now we can trim this off a little bit. Ooh. Ooh, also, I had an idea for a challenge. I remember some of you were interested because when Donna and I did our little junk journal challenge, when we made a junk journal out of postcards, I had some comments that, hey, why don't you let other people participate as well? So, and then I was wondering, well, what kind of a challenge could we do? Am I still filming? Yes. Where people have the same stuff, because I don't want people to have to buy the material or buy the stuff. So I think it could be like a really basic challenge. For example, we could make a cabinet card or a journaling card or a tag. How about a tag? And I can share, I have some public domain images. And so we can all use the same image or images. And then I can share those like on my Google Drive, and I can put the link in the description. And then you guys can grab this image or the images, photos, whatever it is, print them, and we can all make a journaling card. And you can and then we can later, we can share our our photos of our pictures of those cards on my Facebook page in the comments of my whatever post, because I really want to see what you guys make. And then I think it's fun if we all have the same image, but we make different things out of it. Like, we all make a journaling card with the same image, but everybody embellishes it differently, or make the same tag with the same image, and everybody makes something different, looks differently. So let me know if you guys want to do that, and I'll think of something, and I'll pick out some images that we can all use and share, and you don't have to buy anything, because I want everybody to be able to do it. And I know sometimes funds are a little tight, or crafting is not the priority for your spending. Okay, so here we go. Ta-da! And then we can stuff in here. Stuff. Oops. Let's see, what can we put in here? Just gonna stick this in here. Oops. And then you can put it in your in your pocket or send it to a friend. And now I have to find the end here. This color probably doesn't go with it, but I'm gonna go with it because I can't find my other threads. And then I'll just cut a piece off. If you don't want to like wrap it around a bazillion times, then just take a short piece. That was probably too short. And then I put it under the top piece, the top circle, and then I think that might have been too short. No, maybe not. I'll just tie a knot, a double knot. If I can get it. Oopsies. And make sure the knot like goes under this. And then I'll tie another one. Uh-oh, Pescadios is a little short here. And then this little tail, you can just snip this off. Oops, yeah. Ta-da. And then you just go zip and chips. Isn't that pretty? And like I said, you can embellish this or even put a journaling piece on here and you can write on it. So yay. And I think they're really easy to make. It just it came to me yesterday. I think it was when I was either driving or I was sitting in the waiting room in the doctor's office. I was like, oh, I can make pouches with the accordion. And then I realized these were the perfect size. So yay, let me know what you think, guys. And I hope you make some too. It's also a good way to use up scrapbook paper. I'm always looking for good ways to use up paper so I can buy more. I know, silly. Okay, so I hope you like this and let me know in the comments below if you are interested in making one of those, like doing one of those little challenges with a tag or a journaling card or whatever. And then I'll get that. I can set that up. And like my video if you like these, guys. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And I hope to talk to you. I'll hope to see you in my next video. Bye.